Hello everyone, it's Audrey Weidman, and you might wonder why the heck do I want to share with you what happened on the worst day of my life. I'm sharing it with you because it could save your life. 6 years ago today, about this time, I had my annual checkup, and I had been experiencing some chest pain. And I was telling that to my doctor. Luckily, I had had an EKG done before I met with her. And that was my only complaint. And she looked at the EEG and said, "Oh my God, where is last year?" And she looked at last year and then turned around and looked at me and said, "Audrey, you've had a heart attack." And at that point, I remembered 2 days earlier, when I was working out in the garden, I all of a sudden had a pain in my chest and I got dizzy and felt really strange, like something I had never felt before. And this is a warning to especially women who you know that more women die of heart attacks than men because they ignore their symptoms. And I had had this ongoing chest pain, and even my husband said, you're starting to scare me. Let's go to the emergency room. But I ignored it because I had a regularly scheduled appointment where luckily my doctor told me I had a heart attack. And that was the beginning of the worst day of my life, where I was admitted into Northwestern Hospital. And it was so shocking to me because I was a health coach and I was surrounded by a bunch of white coats, a lot of interns and doctors that were learning on me and treated me as if I was an interesting body who was having a symptom that they were learning about instead of an individual. And it was just the worst time in my life because it shook me to the core. But I will tell you, it was the wake-up call that I needed to really start to realize what was going right in my life. And a friend of mine said, like, Audrey, about a couple days after my heart attack, she said, "You're going to look back on this and say, that was like the turnaround for you." And I said, "Yeah, right. This totally sucks." I was so invaded personally and just emotionally. I thought, how could this ever be? But sometimes, when the universe whispers and you don't hear it, you need to get smacked on the side of the head. And that's exactly what happened to me. Because my heart attack was not caused by plaque in my arteries, like most heart attacks are. It was because of ongoing stress. I developed a tear in my artery that it's called the lateral descending artery at the tip of my heart, and that had the tear in it that caused that ongoing burning. And what I will say is, if something feels off, especially for women, it's probably not right. Like, I was kidding myself that it was actually like exercise, where I was chopping down things, or the day before I had gone to yoga and I had done a number of sun salutations, which I thought, oh, it's just chest pain. But it wasn't just chest pain. It wasn't muscular pain. It was like, because my artery tore, and it's something called a SCAD. It's not that, it's a very infrequent happening, and I'm part of a Mayo study, so it doesn't necessarily mean that that's something that you would have, but stress is a key contributor to heart disease. So what I would encourage you to do is, ladies especially, if something feels wrong in your chest, go and check it out. If you were a man, you would tell your husband or your significant other or somebody that you loved, go check that out. I don't want you to feel like you're embarrassed, because if it doesn't turn out to be something like that, don't feel embarrassed. You were proactive in your health. But anyway, getting back to this sense of stress, I have just realized all the things that I actually do have. And it's been a process, you know. I've become a certified stress mastery educator with the American Institute of Stress. I helped to educate the Chicago Police Department as part of their consent decree when they needed to have stress education as a result of all the rioting and things that were happening in late 2020. And most recently, I have become a clear beliefs certified, advanced certified coach. And I'm telling you, it has been life-changing. You identify the blocks that are in your head that prevent you from having the success that you want. And that certainly was the case for me. But it's identifying those saboteurs, those beliefs that hold you back, that you can transform and change your life going forward. So anyway, I just wanted to invite you, if you are at all interested in seeing what this kind of coaching can do, I'm going to put my link for I'm offering basically a free session because I'm so convinced it can help you with the stress that you might be experiencing that could be resulting in other stressful health consequences, whether it's heart disease or, other things. But anyway, that's my gift to you. And I'm telling you, the worst day of my life has actually turned out to be the pivot point to making my life better and better. And I'm much more happy and content and strong in my belief that I'm here for a reason and I do make an impact. And if that's something you want to kind of check out for yourself, I'd encourage you to book a session with me. All right, I'll leave that in the comments below, and thank you so much for watching. All right, bye-bye.